There are over 1,000 trade commissioners around the world opening doors for Canadian companies every day. This is Claudia Sieber's story.
Mein Name ist Claudia Sieber, ich bin Handelsbeauftragte bei der kanadischen Botschaft in Berlin. I cover the creative industries files, which means that I handle the film and TV production industry, the music industry, as well as the publishing industry.
We're following Claudia, a locally engaged trade commissioner, at the busiest time of the year. It's Berlinale, the Berlin Film Festival. The glitterati descend on Berlin for red carpets and premieres, but trade commissioners like Claudia are putting in 14-hour days, largely behind the scenes, helping Canadian companies make their big break. What's about to happen?
I'm about to talk to these producers from Atlantic Canada about the Trade Commissioner service and also talk a bit about the German market, the opportunities that could be there for them here, and the services that we offer for them to actually explore those opportunities. Hello everyone, I'm Claudia Sieber. I see a few familiar faces here, but also a lot of faces that I don't know yet. And thank you, James and Regina, for giving me an opportunity to speak to you about the German market a little bit, just to give you the kind of background information you may be looking for when considering to work with Canada. It usually is all about the connections, and I'm the intermediate, if you want. A Canadian company is looking for specific types of information, or is looking to sell something, or looking for a co-production partner, and I can basically guide them in the right direction. So I think that's very useful. I mean, you can look at lists and maybe do some cold calls or do some cold emailing, but nothing beats a personal introduction, basically. How are you? Everything well?
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Les, how are you? Remember Claudia? How are you?
Yes, Claudia.
So you are in touch with the German partner, but not with those that you met a few years ago, then, is what I'm understanding.
I think that's accurate.
And you are interested in working with Canada?
Yeah, actually we have a project. We're going to shoot in May.
It doesn't take long before we see that the deep network Claudia has cultivated over many years becomes activated. German and Canadian producers, industry players of all kinds are here, and Claudia seems to be the glue that binds many of them. This is where the real opportunities, the real projects begin.
Yes, I'm really excited because I think there's a decision taking place today on whether there's funding to be granted for a Canadian project of digital media. So I'm actually checking my email now to find out, and I will definitely let you know.
Okay, keep us posted.
Okay.
Bye.
It's just interesting work to do. It's something different every day. I think there are many benefits to locally engaged trade commissioners because we know the business culture, we know how to address people, we have deep knowledge of the market because we're locals, and I myself, because I've been there so long, have a great network of contacts that Canadian clients can benefit from.
Amidst the frenzy of Berlinale, Claudia was hoping to hear from one of the German partners regarding the possible funding of a project, but she hears nothing.
Well, I need to find out what's up with the funding now that we discussed yesterday, because, you know, at this point things are kind of up in the air, and I want to see if I can move things along a little bit to help get this thing through. So I'm off now. Die große mit 5 und die kleine mit 10. Ja. Also ich glaube, ein paar Jährchen muss ich noch dran gehen, sehen, ob ich sie trotzdem verbuche, weil am Ende, es wird alles auf dem YouTube-Channel ausgestrahlt. Claudia Sieber, kanadische Botschaft, du hast mich wahrscheinlich gar nicht mehr so...
15 years ago, we started working with Claudia when I was at the OFDC, and I think what really made her stand out for me was her passion for her job and her work, and her commitment to the cultural industries as well. In the work I do, I'm reaching out to people all the time. Claudia's always there. It's really about the speed of business. Yeah. And you need to keep up, you need to be informed, you need to have the market intelligence, and you need to be out there. I've always found Claudia able to meet my needs in that regard in growing Canadian business.
Aber weißt du, wie die sich gefunden haben, die Co-Produzenten?
Ja, ich glaube, in der Animationsbranche, die sind ziemlich nah an den Kanadiern. Also
The things that I'm most passionate about are actually those times during Berlinale because there's so much action going on, so much energy, and again, it just goes to show how important it is to also meet personally and to see the Canadian companies succeed in a way they may not be able to without me or without us is really something that keeps me going.
It can take years before a production is even realized, let alone screened at Berlinale, if it even makes it here. The work that goes into building long-term business relationships is one of the secrets that makes Claudia's impact so great.
Hallo Henrik. Schön, dich zu sehen.
It can take years. This film, The Rain and the Raven, which Claudia brought to us, that was 3 years ago. Claudia is a huge part of the success of those films. Without her, we wouldn't have met the German producers. And without Claudia Sieber, the German producers wouldn't have had that experience in Canada doing those co-productions with us.
The greatest moments as a trade commissioner for me are when I see business in action, when I see people talk business, when I see that things are happening, people are closing deals or getting close to it, and that's when I get excited because obviously it's the end result of the work that I do.
Any news?
Hey, yes, I have great news. The funding finally came through for the 4 companies, so that's great news for everyone, I think. From a trade commissioner point of view, this is a success, but it doesn't mean that it stops there. So we have to keep on going, and I will be there throughout the process. And the Canadian companies really need to make sure that they keep the momentum of Berlinale in the follow-up, basically.
Well, it's a wrap for Berlinale this year, but Claudia's work continues. Every day around the world, Claudia and over 1,000 trade commissioners just like her are delivering real results for Canadian companies. You might not see their name in lights, but trade commissioners are often the real stars of the show.